In a recent address given by the Vice-Chancellor addressing the next phase of the 10-year plan, he outlined that he wanted to change the shape and size of the university while not compromising student experience. However, this led to widespread criticism as it's put 75 lecturer jobs at risk and has led to the Socialist Society putting on a protest today to address this issue. Did you hear about the recent Vice-Chancellor's address to staff?
No.
Yes, I have.
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't.
I've heard of it. I haven't actually watched it, and I don't really know what it's about.
I didn't actually hear about that one. I've seen some talks about shrinking, the actual number of faculties, but other than that, nothing.
What did you hear about it?
So some of my colleagues went along to the talk, and I think they said that faculties are going to be merging, and also there are going to be some cuts made to staffing structure.
What do you think about that?
Probably not a good thing, because some of my lectures will be cancelled because lecturers have been ill, so cutting that even more would make that even worse, I guess.
It doesn't seem fair, really, because I do English, so I'm a humanities student. So I feel like that could cut my opportunities for modules.
Staff cuts. Shit idea.
I think it's quite a tricky situation because on the one hand, I think they've advised that the staff ratio has increased, whereas the student population hasn't. So I can understand from that perspective, and also I think the university at the moment is very keen on saving money and making cuts. But I think it's going to put people in a very difficult situation because I think a lot of people will have to take on extra work when their colleagues leave, and actually if they aren't creating more jobs, the work will still be there to be done, and I think it might put people under pressure in terms of having to pick up where there are vacancies and where colleagues have left.
Not having lecturers is generally an issue.
We're paying for this, and I think it's going to affect our experience. If the staff, if it's affecting the staff, then it's going to have an effect on us.
I'm here with Alex, who is the president of the Socialist Society here at Southampton. So Alex, can you tell us what is socialism and why is it relevant to the protest today?
Socialism is about the redistribution of wealth, and it's relevant to the protest today because at this moment we have universities across this country are becoming more privatized, and it's essentially pushing students that are in low-income families out of higher education. And in order for us to get students back into higher education, we believe that there needs to be a wealth redistribution from the top into the lower sections of society. So that means putting money back into education.
So can you tell me a bit about what you're actually protesting today?
So today is a significant day because it's the day that the government going to announce their cuts to the education budget, and also recently announced were 75 job cuts at the university. And we're also adding this into our campaign.
So how will these 75 potential job losses actually directly affect students?
So currently at the university, around half of all lecturers are on unstable contracts or 0 hours contracts. And obviously, if you're a lecturer coming to one of 3 universities a week, how are you supposed to put in the same amount of effort as one lecturer as a stable job? It's just a money-saving scheme, and it's not going to work out in the long term. If you've got less staff, you've got less support for students.
In short, just stop cuts to education.
So what's your one message to the Vice-Chancellor?
Yeah. Stand up for students, stand up for staff. It is his job to stand up for us, to represent us, and at the moment he is not doing that.
Do you think students should care about this issue?
Yeah, I guess so, but like me, I didn't know about it, so...
Now that I know about it, perhaps, yeah.
Absolutely. I think students, now the tuition fees are so high, students are paying so much money to be here, and actually it does directly impact them, and I think students will want to see kind of what their tuition fees are going on, especially in light of staff cuts, and if their lecturers are being made redundant, I think it is something definitely they should be involved in and aware of.
I think they'd care if they knew more about it. I don't really know anything about it.
I think students in general should definitely care about this, but personally, I can't say I do.
Yeah, definitely, because it's their education at the end of the day.
Yeah, I definitely think we should be invested because I think even if we don't understand right now how it could impact us, I'm sure we will reap the effects.
Yeah, definitely. I think we should have interest in our education.
Have you got an idea about how students could get involved? What do you think you could do to address it?
I'm not sure.
Maybe email us or put it on SAST.
No idea.
I heard various things going off, but it wasn't that you had to attend. So if it was something we obviously do need to probably hear about that. It was more of a compulsory thing that was incorporated into our lectures or something so that every student was made aware.
How did you guys end up getting involved with this, and what do you think students can do to get more involved and help the campaign?
like go to societies, to spread the word, just like talking to friends, bringing up these protests.
So I think it's just really important about getting political about issues and just getting active. Because I mean, you may think that, oh, does this really matter? Well, if you're sitting at home doing nothing, then it doesn't. But you can get out and do something, and you do have the potential. You can have that potential to make a difference.
Students seem apathetic and unaware of the issues raised. However, once informed, they seem concerned and don't know how to make a change. We did contact the Vice-Chancellor to get his thoughts on the issue, but we haven't heard back. Please comment your thoughts below.